Hello everyone, and welcome to the Blyvale podcast, Global Connections with eSIM and SIM Cards. Today, we'll guide you through eSIM, Global Connectivity for Content Creators. Stay tuned to discover how to stay connected and worry-free while traveling.
Okay, imagine this scenario. You're right there, summit of Machu Picchu, sun's coming up, it's incredible. You nailed the perfect shot, absolutely breathtaking, the kind that could, really make waves. You pull out your phone, ready to share it, hit publish, and just silence. Nothing. No connection at all. And that moment, all that viral potential, it just evaporates. That's not just hypothetical. For millions of content creators today, that's a very real fear, almost a nightmare. I mean, their stage is literally the entire world, right? So staying connected isn't just like a nice bonus. It's absolutely critical. So this deep dive, we're really going to explore how that need for digital immediacy has completely changed the game for them.
Yeah, exactly. And our mission here is to dig into what's really at stake with connectivity for these creators. We're drawing insights from a really interesting article on the Blyvale blog. It's called Social Media Without Breaks, Content Creators on the Go, the Global Connectivity Revolution. And it highlights not just the problems, but also an innovative solution that seems to be making a big difference. We want to understand how that works.
Right. And that Machu Picchu example, it's more than just missing out on posting a photo, isn't it? Think about travel bloggers maybe in Indonesia, or food influencers shooting in Marrakech, or those digital nomads living the lifestyle. If their connection drops, it's not just annoying. It means, like you said, missed opportunities, engagement plummets fast, and their community starts to drift because they're not getting that real-time feel. What does the article say about that impact, the expectation of immediacy?
Well, that's a key point the article makes, how much audience expectations have shifted. It's profound. In today's social media world, digital immediacy isn't just, a nice to have anymore. It's fundamental. Audiences really expect content that feels fresh, that feels authentic, and crucially, that's happening now in real time. It's not just a trend. The article argues it's a core part of how creators succeed professionally. You can't deliver instantly. You're really behind the curve.
A fundamental expectation, not just a trend. That really hits home. So what about the actual numbers? Does the source quantify the impact of these connection problems?
Oh, absolutely. The stats presented are pretty stark, actually. It highlights that if a post goes up just 3 hours late, it can lose, on average, a staggering 67% of its potential engagement.
67% in just 3 hours.
Yeah. And think about live streams if the connection hiccups or drops. That can cost a creator up to 45% of their active followers in that session. And for the pros doing this for a living, those percentages aren't abstract. They mean real, tangible financial losses, less community, less income.
Wow, 67%, 45%. Those numbers really underscore the pressure. It makes sense why they need constant connectivity. Which brings us nicely to this big technological shift the article focuses on. eSIM technology. It's presented as a real revolution in mobile connectivity. So what exactly is an eSIM? Basically, it's just an embedded digital SIM. It completely does away with needing those little physical plastic SIM cards we've all struggled with.
Right. We all know the hassle of swapping those tiny things out, especially when traveling. So how does the article say eSIM technology specifically moves beyond those traditional headaches you just mentioned?
Well, the article really paints it as a complete overhaul of the old way. It argues that eSIMs make those hassles just disappear. So no more getting locked into contracts with local carriers every time you land somewhere new. No more shock bills from crazy roaming charges that can just destroy a travel budget. And definitely no more running around trying to find a local SIM kiosk, hoping it works, dealing with activation in another language. eSIM is positioned as seamless. You get instant connectivity and it just works. Exactly what a creator moving around the globe needs: less friction.
Okay, and this is where the article introduces Blyvale eSIM Unlimited. It positions it as a specific example, right? A solution designed precisely for these content creators on the move, described as, I think the words were, elegant, instant, and above all, unlimited. So our insights are really looking at how they claim it meets those specific demands.
Exactly. So looking at this case study within the article, what are the key technical features that it says make the real difference for professionals? Thinking about speed, reliability, global reach.
Speed is definitely number one. The article details how Blyvale tackles this head-on. We're talking really fast uploads, enough for 4K, even 8K video, and it gets a guaranteed minimum of 10 millibs upload on 5G. That's crucial for those huge files. It also talks about supporting high-def live streaming without buffering, which is absolutely critical, right? Keep the audience watching. And that means low latency, under 40 milliseconds, for smooth streams and real-time interactions on social media. And then there's the global reach aspect. Also critical. The Blue Whale network, as described in the source, covers over 200 countries. They apparently partner with premium carriers to ensure good signal quality. So whether you're in a packed Asian city or, hiking in Patagonia, the idea is you have a stable, high-performance connection. They mentioned 99.9% uptime for reliability. And importantly, traffic priority, no throttling for media content. Your uploads don't get slowed down.
That's a big deal.
It is. And compatibility, too. With the main flagship devices, creators use latest iPhones, Samsung Galaxy S series, Google Pixels, iPads with eSIM.
Okay, so those specs sound impressive. The article suggests this adds up to basically total creative freedom, right? Turning the whole world into your studio. And how does it say that actually plays out?
Well, according to the article, this kind of seamless connection unlocks more than just basic posting. It enables a whole range of advanced strategies. You can literally upload massive 4K files directly from a beach in the Maldives, that's one example, or run complex things like geolocalized story series on Instagram or TikTok Lives, all in real time from location.
Engaging people right where you are.
Exactly. And publishing simultaneously across different platforms, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, without delays. Plus, and this is huge, 24/7 community management, being able to respond to DMs, comments, keep that global audience engaged no matter the time zone.
That constant connection, that always-on capability sounds like it's absolutely key for playing the algorithm game. We know how vital that is on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. How does the article connect those dots?
Yeah, it frames it as a major strategic advantage. The platforms, as the article notes, reward regularity and consistency heavily. So with this kind of reliable connection, creators can actually stick to a precise editorial calendar, even if they're hopping between continents. That's a huge logistical hurdle removed.
Right, no more, sorry, no Wi-Fi excuses.
Exactly. They can jump on viral trends instantly, post right away while it's hot, not hours later, and they can monitor their analytics in real time to tweak content performance on the fly. It lets them run their channel like a data-driven business, not just a hobby.
Okay, so beyond the tech and the creative freedom, the article also dives into the practical side, the money. What does it say about the actual savings and the return on investment for these creators?
The financial breakdown in the article is pretty interesting. It compares costs for a hypothetical pro creator traveling maybe 6 months a year. Using traditional methods, they might rack up around 450 euros a year on various local SIMs, then maybe 1,200 euros on data roaming charges, which can add up incredibly fast.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe another 300 euro on paid premium Wi-Fi hotspots. So the total comes out to about $1,950 per year. The article then presents the Bimble eSIM Unlimited plan at $480 annually.
Big difference.
Huge. That's a claim saving of $4,470 a year, or 75% less spent on connectivity. And that saving translates directly into ROI because more content gets published, engagement goes up, no time wasted fighting connections means more productivity, and having that connection always ready means more opportunities for monetization are always open. It's not just saving money, it's enabling them to make more.
And for someone constantly moving, simplicity must be huge, too.
Yeah.
How easy is the setup and support process described in the article?
Yeah, ease of use is definitely emphasized. The setup is laid out as super simple. Go to the website, pick the plan, get a QR code emailed, scan it, and it activates automatically in under 2 minutes. Done. Ready to go.
Nice and quick.
And they also highlight having 247 multilingual chat support, which makes sense, right? Professional creators might need help optimizing settings or troubleshooting at any hour from anywhere in the world.
Looking forward, then, the article points to some pretty explosive growth trends in this mobile content creation space. What are the key takeaways there?
Yeah, the numbers are impressive. The article cites a plus 340% annual growth rate specifically for nomadic creators. It's booming. And get this, 87% of creators under 30 apparently work exclusively from their mobile devices.
Almost 90%.
Right. And it predicts 4K mobile video will just be the standard by the end of 2025. It also mentions Belleville's own stated commitment to innovation, like investing in future tech like 6G, aiming to stay ahead of these demands.
So these trends, this tech, it's clearly changing how people work and live.
Yeah.
The article backs this up with some creator testimonials, right? Real-world examples.
It does, yeah. They give a few compelling ones. There's Evelyn, a travel creator with 2.5 million followers. She apparently described her life before using this kind of eSIM solution as a logistical nightmare, always hunting for Wi-Fi, dealing with flaky local SIMs, The article credits Bielefeld with letting her basically record, edit, and publish everything on the spot, leading to a massive 340% jump in her engagement because she could be so consistent.
That's incredible, a 340% increase.
Huge! Then there's Christopher. He's a food and travel creator, 850,000 followers. He talks about how this lets him share his food discoveries live, right from the market stall or restaurant, anywhere. And according to the article, that immediacy tripled his engagement and led to a 200% increase in brand collaborations. People feel like they're right there with him.
Makes sense. That real-time experience is powerful.
Absolutely. And one more, Ava, a lifestyle creator, 1.2 million followers. She praises just being able to manage all her social platforms simultaneously from wherever she happens to be. Her quote was something like, "Zero technological stress, maximum creativity." These stories really drive home the practical difference it makes, according to the source. So I think if we pull this all together, the big takeaway from the article is pretty clear. In this incredibly competitive social media world, connectivity isn't just, a utility bill anymore. It's actually a fundamental tool. It unlocks creativity, gets rid of those tech roadblocks, and essentially turns any spot on the globe into a viable studio. It empowers creators to be truly limitless.
That's a great summary. And it does leave us with a really interesting thought, doesn't it? For you, listening right now. If this kind of global, seamless, truly unlimited connection can have such a massive impact on how content creators work, what could that level of connectivity mean for your ability? To work remotely, maybe? To learn from anywhere? Or even just to stay deeply connected with family and friends no matter where you or they are in the world? What new possibilities does unlimited connectivity really unlock for all of us? Something to think about.
We've reached the end of our podcast episode on eSIM, Global Connectivity for Content Creators. I hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and visit blivale.com for more tips and solutions. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.